every single thing that happened that is not good, it is the people of my color that is going to be blamed. Every single crime, they try to polish it and make it look like it can never be us. Yes, it will only be the left people. It will only be this particular people because they are the ones that can stubborn. Every single thing that happened, it can never be a prayer point of Father Lord, may it not be the people that look like me. It will always be targeted towards that. And sometimes I ask myself, what have we really done to deserve this kind of hate? I keep asking myself that question because this particular incident happened, and the first thing they're trying to frame it on is that it is definitely going to be the people that look like me. No, it can never be the palm colored people, no, because they are so perfect, because they are good, because they are kind, because 99% or 100% of crimes being committed is for the people that look like me. But shockingly, the God that answered by fire, let it be our God, actually expose something. And I want you guys to watch this particular video from beginning to the end. Welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Sonia. If this is the first time you're tuning in, subscribe, like, comment, and share. And guys, with no further ado, let's get right into it. This is just for educational purposes, not to bash anyone, okay? I stand a chance to be corrected. And credit belongs to original creators of every clips and stitches we have in today's episode. Let's go and watch this clip and let me know what your thoughts is in the comment section, and I'll be back with commentaries.
Y'all blame the left every time. Every time. But y'all won't make it really obvious that every time we have one of these issues happen in our country, it is always a white male. 99.9%, it is going to be a white male. There is an epidemic going on in the white community when it comes to their men. Joshua John, 29 years old, unalived 2 immigrants, 2 migrants, 2 detainees. The police were never at any harm. He was allegedly directing those shots at immigrants, at migrants. No police were hurt. And the right went on a whole rant about it's the left, when we have no evidence on which side this boy is on. But I can tell you by looking at him that he's a white male. Now I looked up the last name just to make sure. And the way his last name is spelled, it is a German Slavic origin name, a variant of John, common in Germany, Austria, Czech Republic, and other parts of Central Eastern Europe. You can also find it in Jewish families. Well, are we finally going to address the problem? The real problem in America? Whether they're on the left or the right?
Minutes ago at an ICE facility in Dallas, Texas, there was a sniper who shot and hurt gravely 3 people in ICE detention, meaning that he was shooting at migrants. When agents went to apprehend this man, he shot himself in the head. So far, they've identified him simply as an adult white male. Unfortunately, after Charlie Kirk in Utah, we see seconds after this occurred when people had no information that the right is already blaming the left and Democrats. The fascist tactic of blaming every single tragedy upon their political enemies is not something that's going to go away. It is baked into how they operate, and that is why they're using 3 migrants being harmed and trying to flip the script and make it something that was the responsibility of their enemies. And we're less than a day away from the Charlie Kirk Memorial where Stephen Miller gave a white nationalist speech. So stay vigilant in these times. When you hear people saying and speaking about things that have just happened with no information, know that they are trying to spread propaganda to you. That we need to wait and get information that sometimes does not help alleviate any of our questions, but that is how we make judgment calls that are based in reality, not based in bullshit. And it's also how we make a society that isn't one that people try to capitalize upon tragedy, but instead try to have compassion when it happens. And if we're going to be frank, you know who's emboldening violence? The MAGA movement and Donald Trump, and the fascists around the world that cheer them on. Thank you for watching. Please do some engagement and call out lies when you see them.
There was another shooting today at an ICE field office in Dallas, Texas at 7 a.m. today, and 3 people were wounded. The shooter died from a self-inflicted wound, and no motive is known at this time. I will never excuse gun violence of any kind. I don't care who it's against. Just like I didn't excuse it against Charlie Kirk. That was disgusting as well. But with that being said, when ICE agents are going around treating citizens and immigrants the way they are and detaining them the way they are and using kids as bait and kicking ladders from the roof and throwing around and brutalizing protesters, you are openly inviting that kind of violence to yourself. I just want everyone to know that. I mean, change my mind.
In Dallas, Texas, from the ICE Detention Center. 4 people were hit. The gunman and 1 other person were unalive. Gunman was self-inflicted. Now, the FBI is saying that the bullets that were found by the gunman and at the scene had anti-ice on it. One of them had anti-ice on it. And now the whole Republican Party is now calling us, the left, the problem for ICE being attacked. I'm going to say this. When you decide to wear masks and hunt down people who are just doing their jobs and trying to live, you don't think there's going to be some retaliation? It's giving KKK. And everybody that's deciding to sign up for ICE and wear your mask and hunt down people that are just trying to make a better life for themselves, because let's be clear, everybody's not a fucking criminal. You are putting yourself at harm, no matter if you're wearing a mask or not, because at one point, when you back people into a corner, they're going to bite back. They're going to start fighting back. And that's not a left or a right issue. That's just reality. You push people into a corner where they feel like they have nowhere to go, they're going to start retaliating. That's just what it is. We don't hate ICE, but ICE is doing shit that's fucked up. Y'all are using children as a way to get parents out of the home. There are 1,200 migrants that are missing from Alligator Alcatraz as we speak. And y'all think that that is right. I'm going to say this. You signed up. You know what you signed up for. You thought you was going to be able to hunt people down and treat people like shit without any retaliation? That's common sense.
Gunman has opened fire on an ICE facility in Dallas. This morning, a sniper opened fire from a rooftop at a Texas ICE facility as detainees were being unloaded. So let's break it down a bit. So with the attack, multiple individuals were critically injured. The sniper died by suicide shortly after the shooting, and it seems the shooter was specifically targeting ICE operations. But this also isn't an isolated incident. Back on July 4th, 10 suspects were charged with terrorism and assault after a coordinated attack on another ICE facility in Alvarado, Texas. It seems we're now seeing a pretty clear pattern of politically motivated violence aimed directly at federal immigration enforcement. J.D. Vance posted this on X: "The obsessive attack on law enforcement, particularly ICE, must stop. I'm praying for everyone hurt in this attack and for their families." So I'll work to keep you guys updated as this develops. Just a reminder, I have a free email newsletter where I break down many of these topics in more detail, and I also give you morning updates about what's going on. It's a great place to get more direct information from me, and I cannot be censored here. So the link is in my profile. Just go there, click that link. You'll see this screen here. Drop your email in, hit subscribe, and you'll be good to go. Anyway.
Friend, pick up the phone, because you mean to tell me that a white American citizen man can pull up to an ICE detainee facility in Dallas, Texas, open gunfire, and then himself. And these people are being detained because the Dollar Tree dictator wants to round all of these people up. It's the second Caucasian man. Third, sorry, because Colorado. Fourth, sorry, because Florida. In a few weeks, maybe 2. And I'm not singling out a race. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just saying it's not the left either. I'm just saying the hate in this world is not because of people that look like me. It's not because of people that think and are in alignment with what's right. It's because of the cult, their propaganda, and everything that they are trying to spew into the world. I literally just talked about Laura Loomer. They think that they can just say the shit And that these people that are just dumb, sitting at home, won't pick up on those emotions and try to act out on that. You're inciting violence. The president of the United States of embarrassment is the culprit. He is the fucking leader. Like, wake up. And then a lot of y'all still have family. A lot of y'all still have parents who condone this shit. And I don't know, like, I feel sorry for y'all, like, because there's no way that I would want to be affiliated with someone who supports the shit that's going on in the world right now. Like, something is literally wrong with you. And I know that there are people who are just bad, horrible people, but I also think that there are people who just refuse to think any other way because it makes them uncomfortable and it makes them have to say that they are wrong. But there is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with admitting you're wrong, changing the behaviors, and living a life that's in alignment with good people.
White man got in sniper position and shot multiple immigrants at a detention center before turning the gun on himself. Here's everything you need to know. So a shooting at an ICE facility in Dallas has left at least 2 immigrants dead and a third person injured. The horrific incident occurred around 11:10 a.m. local time in a secure area of the facility used for transferring people from detention center to detention center. The gunman was positioned several hundred yards away on an elevated building and then just opened fire. It appears that the gunman was targeting the building and the immigrants that were being moved within that passageway. The shooter died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound, and no ICE officers or other staff were shot or injured, yet they're still searching for a motive. Let me get this straight. According to police sources, the suspect was a sniper on a roof and he was armed with a rifle. The shooter, who has been identified by police as a white male, died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head as ICE agents approached him. That means he did not shoot at them, and the 3 victims were immigrants in ICE custody. Yet authorities say they're still searching for a motive. Now, this incident occurs as dehumanizing rhetoric around the country continues about immigrants. The investigation is ongoing, and I will do my best to keep y'all updated as more information comes.
A mass shooting at a detention center in Dallas. The gunman was a white man that shot with a sniper a whole bunch of different immigrants, and I think, injured, I think, an officer. J.D. Vance, without any evidence, made a statement and said extreme leftists did this. They removed all the data that says that right extremists are the actual ones that's the biggest perpetrators of domestic violence in this country. They removed that while now over-sensationalizing 2 specific instances as being leftist without any type of evidence. What we see right now going before our eyes is what some would call manufactured consent, where you get the entire public to buy into this anti-leftist. We gotta obliterate anything that deals with the left. And this right here is what you gotta recognize. These folks so politically illiterate, they view Kamala Harris as a Marxist. They view Kamala Harris as a communist. So they don't understand any differences and distinctions between what the left is and what's going on the left. Y'all need to pay attention to what's going on, because what we see before our eyes is the United States president and vice president and everybody in their administration being able to literally coerce the public into buying in to fear-mongering, nightmare type shit when it comes to leftist politics in general. We know that Antifa just an idea. It ain't no organization. So when y'all making fun of being like, they so stupid, they made Antifa a terrorist group. Yeah, they going after the ideology. So if anything is being seen as being anti-fascist, anti-capitalist, anti-imperialist, your ass gonna be on the Antifa list. So this is something we should pay attention to, especially if you ain't seeing what's going down and how the media finna spin what's going on.
Breaking news out of Dallas this morning. A sniper opened fire at a Dallas ICE facility. 3 are shot, 2 are gone. The shooter is down, but the horror is far from over. According to ICE and law enforcement, the attack struck during a transfer of detainees. The gunman fired from an adjacent building, possibly a rooftop sniper position. 2 detainees were killed, 1 injured, and the shooter later died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound as authorities closed in on his location. This isn't just another mass shooting. This is a breach of a federal facility, a sniper assault on an ICE field office. No ICE agents have been confirmed among the casualties, but the victims' identities are still being determined. Homeland Security says the motive is unknown so far, but admitted this makes a rise in violence against ICE and enforcement agencies. Think about that. A gunman perched in a rooftop position, picking off people being moved into custody, 2 lives taken, 1 more forever changed, and a community is reeling. The facility is shaken. Dallas is on edge. This is not just news. This is tragedy, danger, and a warning. There is no justification, no excuse. This sniper didn't just target power. He targeted humanity. And when he couldn't escape the consequences, he turned the gun on himself. Let that sink in and haunt you. The federal system is under attack, and we as a nation cannot afford to be numb. This can't become normal. Stay alert and demand answers, and never, ever let this violence define our response. Let action do that.
Hey, y'all. So today, 29-year-old Joshua John went to a Dallas ICE detention center and basically killed 2 detainees, turned the weapon on himself, another pew-pewing, and of course, J.D. Vance, because the MAGAs and the Republicans want a race war, a civil war so bad, he goes and makes it seem like this guy's a left-leaning person when he's not. He's more than likely not. And I think we really need to reconcile with the fact that these young men don't look like me. And y'all need to reconcile the fact that y'all are raising these terrorists. Y'all are raising these terrorists. And, you know, it's funny because you often see, you know, white folks are scared to go into black neighborhoods, or, you know, black guy comes around, they're locking their car doors, they're clutching their purse. When the reality is y'all are raising the terrorists. Okay. And the problem is you guys start showing them how to use pew-pews at a really young age, and you're buying them hunting pew-pews to go out and learn how to hunt, and they get real good at it. And then they turn that around and they go and they do things like this. You don't see our kids doing things like this. So I really think y'all need to kind of reconcile with and figure out what is happening that is causing all these young men to be these white terrorists. Like, what is happening that's causing them to sit up here and just shoot up places? Why are they sitting in their rooms on computers getting radicalized? What's going on? Are y'all not having conversations with your kid? Are they in their room with the door shut? Y'all not seeing what's going on? Y'all not being nosy enough? Y'all buying the pew-pews? You really, really, really need to figure out what you guys are doing when you're raising these people that turn around and do this kind of stuff, because it's a pattern. It's a pattern, and they all end up coming from the same types of places. You know, you just had last week a 24-year-old in rural Pennsylvania unalived 3 police and critically injured 2. What's going on? Y'all really need to figure this out, because we got another one. And I'm really over the administration trying to paint these people as leftist to try to start mess. They don't even have any information on the person, and they automatically put that out. That is a ploy to try to incite a civil war. And we're not doing it. We're not doing it. Y'all, the calls come in front side the house, and y'all need to figure out.
It's being reported that a sniper at a Dallas ICE field office has shot 3 detainees, 2 of which have unfortunately passed away from their injuries. The third is recovering in the hospital. We currently don't have any information on the suspect other than they believe they took their own life. Again, this happened at a Dallas ICE field office on September 24th. It's being reported around 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. It's also been reported that no ICE officers were injured. I'm going to keep watching this and following for updates, but let me know in the comments what you
shooting has occurred. Another mass shooting has occurred, this time in Dallas, Texas. Come on, Sip a little tea with Auntie. Let's talk about it, y'all. So at an ICE detention center in Dallas, Texas, a mass shooting occurred. The unaliver in this situation unalived himself, self-inflicted wound. He also pew-pewed 2 detainees, y'all. 2 ICE detainees were pew-pewed during this incident, and they'll succumb to their injuries. So 3 people gone in this mass shooting that occurred today in Dallas, Texas. To my understanding, more reports will come out later on. To my understanding, they were targeting detainees. Some people were saying they were targeting the officers there. To my understanding, no officers were pew-pewed at all. A lot of people keep asking me, why do I say unalived and pew-pewed? The language that you use on social media has to be different. Y'all know what pew-pew means, as well as unalive. Unalive meaning no longer living. Okay, y'all? So that's the language that you will see frequently on a lot of my videos. y'all. Any more information comes out, I'll be sure to report back. Thank y'all for sipping a little more tea with Auntie. Bye.
Another day and another mass shooting in America. This time, this happened out of Dallas, Texas, and it's happened at a ICE detention center. And according to reports, 4 people have been shot, 2 are dead now. That includes the shooter. This is the shooter right here, 29-year-old Joshua Jan, I believe. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Now, these bullets right here were found at the scene of the crime. As you can see, he engraved anti-ICE that you can see on that 4th bullet right there. Can't really tell when he engraved on the other ones, but yeah, it's another one of these type of situations. It really baffles me that there are Americans out here that are so deranged, right? They're willing to go out and shoot up a ICE detention center because you disagree with the fact that illegal aliens are being taken out of this country because they're here illegally. Or at least that's why I think this guy did it in the first place and took his own life to simply avoid going to prison for the rest of his life, because that's exactly where they would have took his ass had he still be alive right now. All these situations are happening back to back to back to back to back. And it's like, wow. Is anyone surprised anymore? I'm not. Also, the local authorities in Dallas and the FBI, they are still investigating like how all this went down. What was this dude's motive? There's haven't been at least to my knowledge, there has not been a manifesto released as the recording of this. And if there's more information on it, I will update you guys on that. That's all I got about this situation so far. And like I said, if there's updates, I'll post another video about it. But let me know what y'all think about everything we know about this whole thing so far.
So an ICE facility in Texas just got pew-pewed up. And the ones that got pew-pewed were the detainees, not the ICE agents. The people that were took by ICE in the first place. They were the ones who were targeted and pew-pewed. And then I saw the white man report that on the FYP, and this person said, well, yeah, we don't know the motive. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
That is all I got for this video, guys. That is all. And I've said it before here. I said, when do we start fixing the main problem and stop looking for the black, the white, the pink, the brown to blame? When do we start addressing what is facing us? When do we start looking in the mirror to tell ourselves the honest truths that we are now becoming the shadows of ourselves? When do we start speaking up to the right thing and curtailing our children not to be able to do things that they're not supposed to do? How can a young man just wake up from nowhere and the only thing that can just come into his heart, his mind, his spirit, his soul, his body is to go ahead and start pupilling people? Pupilling people that came to look for their greener pastures. Pupilling people that are there to hustle just because they want to send food to the family or because they want to live life. Pupilling people that just left their comfort zone because they want to come to a place they feel like this can actually make them go far. Pupilling people that are not even in any way competing with you. When do we wake up? When do we start facing what is facing us? When do we start educating, gathering these young people to tell them that this particular thing that has been phrased that it is actually a good thing, it is not a good thing? Now, at the end of the day, you know the sweetest scenario of everything? He pupilled himself because he knows that he cannot face all of those things that he is actually supposed to face. And it is sad enough that when this happened, the first people they are looking up to, or the first people that they are trying to blame, or the first people they are trying to rob it to, it is going to be people that look like me. That is one of the most saddest part of it. And if you've checked for almost how many pupilled incidents that I've been having recently, I think I posted one on my post. On my post here, let me just go and open it here so that I don't say the wrong thing I'm not supposed to say. Okay, I posted it on my community tab here. You will find out. So if I opened my community tab here, you will see it here where I posted it that In the last 31 days, white men has pupilled Charlie Creek, pupilled 2 ICE detainees, pupilled 2 police officers, pupilled man at the wedding, pupilled threatening mass, pupilled at HBCQ, RAPE babies at church, pupilled a sleeping mother, threatening mass, pupilled at University of Louisville, pupilled a mother and her 13 years old daughter, pupilled mother to pupilled police captain, father RAPE 6-month-old baby. All of these things are coming from the palm-colored end. After the research and everything, they're coming from the palm-colored end. A lot of people are like, it's crazy. A lot of people are like, unusual suspect. A lot of people are like, I meant all right. A lot of people are like, but they always talk about the black people are doing it. A lot of people are like, boyfriend, on that one just dropped for me in my comments that boyfriend beat his girlfriend unrecognizably because she used VAPE while he was in the shower. A lot of the person was like, but let them tell it to black people they are most dangerous. A lot of people like, let me guess the last guy is still the palm-colored people. A lot of people like, they are also a large part of the same party, right? A lot of people were like, it's just a whole lot. And it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart that young, vibrant people have just been erased from their destiny, are just being erased from what they are not supposed to be erased over because people will not do the right thing. Instead of doing the right thing, they are looking from one generation to another to be blamed. I don't just want to read the comment again because the more I'm seeing the comments, I'm getting more terrified. It's just getting crazy by the day. It's just getting crazy by the day. Please educate your loved ones. Educate your loved ones. Educate them because these people are not ready to look out for the solution of what can actually be. What they are looking at for is who they will keep blaming and blaming and blaming and blaming and blaming. And the more they keep looking for who they will keep blaming without looking for the right solution that can actually help us to stand, it's going to be a whole lot. Let me know, guys, what you think about this video. And please stay safe if you're watching this video. No matter where you are, please stay safe. And please maintain your lane. Know where you are needed in a particular place. Know when you are supposed to be in a particular zone so that at the end of the day, you don't have issues explaining to the internet how it happened, how it didn't happen, or they don't have to you before that time, right? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. This is just for educational purposes. We do not support any form of violence here. We do not support any form of fight. We're just educating each other, right? That's why I keep saying it. I stand a chance to be corrected. If you think what I'm saying is wrong, please correct me in the comment section. Anyways, credit belongs to original creators of every clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. And guys, with no further ado, I do add like I say in my videos. I'm going to be Simba and I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye. Take good care of yourself and I'll see you guys later. Mwah.